So my objectives real quick, just want to kind of talk about some common things. Depression and anxiety are the two big ones that we're going to talk about real quick. When to access health services and mental health, HIV, we probably won't get into that, but importantly, the barbers, you guys are the trusted community figures. It's an opportunity to really open up a conversation about mental health, all right? So in your opinion, what's the biggest barrier to black men seeking treatment? Black people, period.
Feel like we don't need.
Yeah, like it's excessive. Like, you know what I'm
It's
saying?
what?
It's something like excessive. Like it ain't
Treatment?
I can go talk to my barber about that. Like,
I can handle
what I can't do on my own that I need somebody, like how somebody else gonna tell me about me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, how somebody else gonna tell me about me.
Okay.
I come from a different area than these young fellas, and as a person that have got some outside help, that's what I call it. In my day, it was a weakness.
Yeah,
that's what I
Black
feel
folk,
right there.
especially black men. Like, you know, like as a recovered addict, you know, there's people out there still say, man, you can't control your drug use. Oh, you just weak, man. It's a mind thing.
Yeah.
Now, some of this stuff is metaphysical.
Yeah.
And when some stuff get on some people, depending on how your makeup is, you can't shake it on your own. You got to have somebody guide you through
Absolutely.
to freedom, just like the Underground Railroad. Yeah, the woods was out there the whole time, but if you don't know where you're going, how you gonna get free?
Right.
Without a guide. You know what I'm saying? So I look at mental health as being guided out of your own stuff, man, into a free space. And then fight like hell to keep that freedom, man.
That's what you gotta do right there.
But what do you see like the barrier? That's why I get fired.
Go ahead. What you think? Let me ask you. What's the biggest barrier? One of the biggest barriers is?
I mean, it's kind of just to piggyback out what they said. I mean, people just, you know, looked at it as a weakness, but, and it's also like people think, well, he's gonna tell me or she's gonna tell me how to live a certain way, so I can be better. Really, it's just a guide. You know what I'm saying? It's an extra source. So when you understand that when you're going to get this help, it's really, you gotta let your ego and pride down.
No part. So something that some other people were saying was men don't even want to admit it's a problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because as a primary care doctor, I didn't even introduce myself, right? We just got into it. You know what I'm saying?
I looked up the little thing.
But so I'm a primary care doc. I trained in Meharry. I did medical school there. I did my family medicine training there. I'm up in Jersey now, medical director for 5,000 employees at the community hospital. I also have a nonprofit called the Man Cave that's dedicated strictly to black men's health in terms of primary care services and mental health. The two biggest things that I go after up there in Jersey. Now, as a primary care doc, like if you come in and you see me, you're a new patient. There's a two-question questionnaire that we give you to kind of screen to see if you have any mental health stuff going on. All right, it's 2 questions. When men come and they test positive, both of the questions is positive, I'll sit down and I'll ask them about their mental health. And be like, no, I'm chilling. No, it's not even no. I'm just saying I'm just kind of going through something right now, but I'll take care of that. That's nothing. Whereas that's the opportunity to start talking about the issue, as opposed to saying, no, I'm not trying to be labeled. I mean, yeah, I'm going through something, but don't label me as like having a mental health problem. I ain't got one. Just saying I'm just going through it. But you know what I'm saying? So I think the admitting part, for me, what I've seen clinically, is probably the biggest barrier. But everything else you said in here too is also correct.
But you know what? It's also the same problem with HIV.
Yeah,
Stigma.
Stigma, all day. So let's get into it. Major depression, we'll start off with. So, persistent sadness, a lack of interest or pleasure, and then also comes with some emotional or physical problems, right? Older men tend to have the more physical problems associated with the mood. Younger men have a little bit more emotional problems associated with the mood, all right? What are some causes? Family history. If you know somebody with some mental health disorders in your family, be more aware of yourself and your mental health. Not saying that you have one, but just be aware of how your mood changes. If you had any type of traumatic thing happen in your life, a major life-changing event, let's say something happened to the shop, and now you gotta figure out how you're gonna pivot, That's gonna mess up your mood, right? Can lead to depressions. And then we talk about medication. Alcohol. Alcohol is huge. You know somebody that drinks a lot, and drinking a lot technically is more than 2 drinks in a day, more than 14 drinks in a week. All right. So think about how you drink.
All of them. All of them.
I'm included in that. I don't drink healthy, right? Based off of that. But, you know, think about somebody who's like excessively, that you know, just like, man, hey, boy, let it drink, man. Damn, every day, that boy drink. You know what I mean? Start to talk to that person and nudge them, like, man, how you feeling? Don't just throw it, you know, don't let it just be that, oh, he drank. I smoke, he drank. Don't let it just be that. Because the alcohol is huge. Alcohol, you lose inhibition. You lose the check on yourself. You know how it is when you get drunk. Now all of a sudden you all over the place. Right? You say whatever to whoever. You know what I'm saying? And oftentimes when you get drunk like that, you find yourself in a situation like, damn, man. Or you hear something and you just, you know what I'm saying, you interpret it wrong. And now you just moving on that emotion because you ain't got no check to like take your time to think about what happened. That's why alcohol is very important. You know what I'm saying? The weed don't necessarily, you don't lose checks like that when you high. When you're drunk, you lose the check. So if you have a thought, even if you think about hurting yourself and you drunk, you ain't got no check. You're just gonna move on that. Something can happen. All right, so that's why alcohol is important. Illicit drugs, all the other hard drugs you can think about, especially cocaine. And then prescription meds, a big one.
Yeah,
Opioids. And if you know anybody who has heart failure, had a heart attack, they're on a medication called metoprolol. It's a beta blocker. What I'm saying, what I'm gonna tell you 2 things about beta blocker, right? They all end in olol, like that. Maybe metoprolol or propranolol. These are the 2 big ones. There's other ones, but any medicine like this, if you know somebody had a heart attack, heart failure, they have to be on this medicine. It protects the heart, right? But you should check in on their mental health with that because that can cause depression and stuff, right? So that's a big sort of prescription med that is out there. It's cheap. A bunch of people gonna be on, especially black people, because we have the heart attacks, we have the heart failures, we have the strokes, we have all that type of stuff. Watch out for that medicine.
So if you know somebody on like Xanax and propranolol, are they mentally messed up?
No, propranolol is different because that's for the heart.
Okay.
Like it's
But you
exclusively
say
for the heart.
But you say messes with your mental, right?
For sure. But
Xanax
it's somebody,
messes with your mental.
absolutely. So Xanax, that's where you get into like some of that hard stuff.
Yeah.
That's addictive. So that's tough. And then on that, definitely want to have, you know, some psychiatrist or somebody involved doing that. That can just be, you got to be watched. For sure. All right. Cool. Then, so some symptoms. Symptoms, major depression, right? The big ones are highlighted: social withdrawal, anger, feeling that irritability, anger, feeling overwhelmed. More so younger people, even socially withdrawn. So be on the lookout for that. Like we got clients that they usually come once a week, every 2 weeks. Now all of a sudden they're showing up like once a month. And even when they show up, they're not interacting like they used to. Ask them a couple questions about their mental health. What's going on in your life? You know what I mean? What's changing? Are you feeling stressed out about anything? Stuff like that, just to see if you can engage them. Older men, like I said, it becomes harder to actually diagnose in older men because usually older people have the doctors and they'll go, but like when you go to the doctor, you have like 30 minutes, 15 minutes, you got a bunch of chronic stuff. We talk about your chronic stuff, and then we never get to your mental health. And so it's like you just keep missing it. So half the time it gets underdiagnosed. But a lot of older men will complain like, man, I'm losing my mind, I can't remember stuff, I think I'm getting dementia. That could be an early sign or symptom of mental health and depression especially. All right, so here the keys ones are highlighted. You know somebody older that can't sleep, and they start complaining that like their body hurt, stomach, and all this stuff. An older person, they present with the physical stuff, body aches, sleep, GI, asking about their health. Or you know what I'm saying? Like anybody who's older than him. So
I ain't that old.
good.
I ain't got none of that flow. So
It's like that. So here's the case, John, 65-year-old man, right? I'm just saying, this is an example. I'll just ask the question. So he lives alone with his wife. He lives alone, his wife passed, kids moved out the house, right? Doesn't really like to do the things he used to. More withdrawn, sleeping a lot more, or really not sleeping at all. Complains of body aches all the time. Classic kind of presentation of depression in an older person. Younger people usually present with a lot more emotional stuff. Like I said, feeling sad, feeling like they're just gonna come to you with all the emotional stuff around their mood, more so than saying my body and my stomach or something. Right? The emotions gonna come out. So younger man, 30-year-old FedEx driver, then more irritable. You start to see he's more angry, right? Fighting his friends. His girlfriend is thinks he's cheating because he don't really feel like having sex with her anymore. Finding it hard to concentrate at work. His supervisor is now getting on him. So you start to see some of that more so in the younger guys. Really start to think about mental health and that for yourself and for anybody that you know. All right? Let me jump to some of the anxieties. These are the classic ones. Panic disorder, if you know somebody that all of a sudden they feel like their heart racing, going crazy, sweating, can't breathe. Panic disorder. Those type of people usually can get a Xanax, right? But you gotta be careful with that medicine. Social anxiety is like usually something very specific, like coming up here trying to talk to y'all, then all of a sudden I'm getting all sweaty and all. That's social. PTSD, something traumatic happened to you. All right, you get the nightmares, the flashbacks. It's all, you know what I'm saying? Every black person needs therapy. Every black man especially needs therapy. I'm in therapy. I have a marriage counselor. I got all of that because, I don't know how to do my relationships. I'm not the best relationships. So, even with my friends and stuff. So, like, I've had to learn how to, like, tame a lot of my stuff. Just for people. You know what I'm saying? And I got a lot of those skills with therapy. And so what's the impact of mental health, right? The biggest one is chronic stress. And the reason why I say that is because chronic stress leads to like increased cortisol levels. Cortisol can increase your blood pressure. Cortisol increases your glucose, can lead to diabetes. Cortisol increases your cholesterol, your lipids and all that type of stuff. And that's just because you're under constant stress. Black man, you're under constant stress. Being black is hard. Just going outside, for my people, the police, whatever's going on, it's stressful. Your body's always constantly in the state of this, right? And that's important too because I'm gonna make it even more relevant. Sexual health. Stress affects your sexual health. A lot of times men will pop up with erectile dysfunction, right? It's because they're stressed out. Your body has to relax. The parasympathetics need to be high so you get an erection. Point and shoot. Like if you have a high sympathetic, you'll have that'll make you ejaculate. But you can't get an erection if you're not calm. Point blank, because at least your body is not calm. So you have to think about, instead of running to a blue pill, I'm gonna run to a blue pill first. First think about what is my, maybe I got diabetes, maybe I got blood pressure. What's my stress like? Who's stressing me out? What am I stressed out about? Think about those things before we gotta get to the blue pill. So when do we worry about some of these things, right? When you start having a certain number of symptoms like we talked about earlier, and it's going on for at least 2 weeks. At least 2 weeks, you start to think about your mental health, right? Mild symptoms, you kind of just feel like it's like uncomfortable. I just feeling away, whatever. It might be mild, but once it starts affecting like other people, your work, things like that, you definitely got to look against them. So when do you want to get help? When you're feeling bad, you can use some healthy coping strategies. We'll go over those in a second. One thing that's very important, suicidal thoughts, call 988. All right, that's the 911 mental health, 988. All right, if you don't remember anything, remember 988. If you know somebody that is going through it, for whatever reason, 988. All right, that's very important. And then some strategies. You know, man, we work on purpose. You know, find a purpose in everything that you're doing. Right? Be intentional about the things that you do. It makes it a lot easier to kind of work through stressful situations. The social connections, right? These type of environments are important. It's easier to kind of be vulnerable in a space like this. It feels safe. You know, I'm around other black men who barbers, so we all kind of have a similar idea and perspective on life. It's easier for me to kind of like throw a little something out there, and even if I don't put it out there, somebody else's story can affect me, can help me out. Like, damn, that's what's up. You know, that story really resonated with me. It makes me want to take some kind of action. Here's some resources, some apps. Headspace is real good. It's free. It has some cool meditation stuff on there. Like if you need help with relaxing and things like that, check out some of these resources. They all on the slides. Suicide hotline, crisis. You know, you can do that. Plus 988. Everybody. Yeah, that's key points, man. Mental health is very important. If you don't have a primary care doctor, get a primary care doctor. Get a primary care doctor. Don't use the ED, you know what I'm saying, because you're told her. Don't do that. You know what I mean? Don't just be running in and out the EDs for any and everything. Get you a primary doctor. Primary doctor can get you all those same services a lot cheaper. And they know you. And you know what I'm saying, make sure they check in on all the aspects, not just making sure you're not dying, then they're kicking you out. Alright? So if you don't have one, get your primary care doctor. And that's what info. Follow me at man. You can follow me on Instagram if you want more men's health tips and stuff like that. Yeah, holla at me. I got you. Alright. Any questions? Any comments?
When you come out of Harris, man, how long ago you was down here? I know you said you in Jersey, man.
Yeah, I was down here. I was actually down here from 09 to 2020.
You was over there probably with what, Gerald?
Yeah, I was like,
Jefferson Street.
Yeah,
that's what it is. That's what I was thinking.
Yep. Yeah, Gerald. Came in with all that.
Yeah, okay, yeah. It's a cool little crew right there.
Yeah. Any other questions? Comments?
So how you go about finding a mental health doctor?
All right, so the one that the website I like to use is called Psychology Today. PsychologyToday.com.
Well, my daughter's a therapist.
Your daughter take 10 care?
You know, I believe they do. Their group name is Soulful Bloom.
Soulful Bloom?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I can text her and see if they take total care.
I'll tell y'all this, man. I got most of my help through the TDOC system, but one of the most important things in my turnaround, man, was like saying, and you don't have to see it. I say it once a month, but for 4 years, though, that's how long I was back there. I say the therapy once a month, and you're not gonna believe this, but like you got to go back. We're always looking forward what we're trying to do, but until we deal with what happened before, we don't get clear. We don't get clear about this stuff. We don't be able to document it in places where it's supposed to be, in our history and our memories and stuff, and give them context, and that allows you to be free of it. And the other thing is, if you find yourself in any type of government situation, probation, parole, that kind of stuff like that. Man, they got a lot of this stuff available to you, and they will help foot the bill on it as a part of rehabilitation. Our problem is we don't reach out and ask for to try to take advantage of it. But man, listen, once you tell yourself the truth, it clears the way for you to be honest. You know what I'm saying, outside of yourself. A lot of us, we be honest with everybody else, but we don't be honest with ourselves about our stuff. And that's what keep us locked up. At least that's what kept me locked up and getting locked up. And once I was able to get free of that, I was able to put down a lot of the other stuff because they tell me all the time in recovery, man, whatever you use, when you use, it's like you don't want to feel whatever you feel about whatever you feel at that time. Because our mood changes, substances change your mood. I feel like this, I want to feel like this, I'm going to do this. But when you can live life on life's terms and deal with life, whatever it is, and in and of yourself, then you're free from all this stuff. I learned how to kick it, party, do all that on the sober man.
And I'm gonna piggyback on that because even for relationships, right? You know, women are very in tune with their emotions. Like we don't. Huh? They in tune. And it's like they know.
Controller.
Hold on. Yeah, that's the difference. They might not know how to control them, but I guess they know they ain't crazy.
Okay, yeah.
No,
They know what trick
Professional debaters, man.
Okay, fine. But
I ain't debating. I'm just saying, like,
What I'm saying
I
is-
already know. Is this not a true statement? Women make most of their decisions emotionally.
that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
sure.
No. But I'm not denying that. I'm
See,
saying.
she was looking at me. No. She came around Corey like, like what? Like what? Like, so
What I'm saying is, like, when I'm talking about being in tune, like, they understand, like, this emotion is making me, is this, and they can express exactly that emotion. I can't express the emotion. Watch. Here's the situation, right? I get into a situation with my lady, right? And I'm saying what I'm saying, and I'm frustrated. She gonna tell me, yo, watch your tone. I'm gonna say, don't worry about my tone. You hear what the hell I just said? Are you hearing the words? But the emotion is affecting the words. I can't hear your words because you're coming off real aggressive. I'm not even mad. Yes, you are. I'm trying to tell you that I'm not mad. You just gotta hear what I'm trying to tell you right now. Well, I can't because you all, right? So the emotion of
Can you make me feel?
how I'm trying to express my stuff, you can't receive the words because of the feeling that I'm giving, right? But the women can come back and
They
express.
flipped it now. though.
They can
Women
express-
have picked up a lot of them characteristics now.
True though,
Yeah.
but they can express back to us and be like, no, but here's what I'm trying to tell you, and they go, you know what I'm saying?
But you know why? I'm gonna tell. I say why I think. Because you heard what you said when she said, "Here's what I'm trying to tell you." So when she said, "Here's what I'm trying to tell you," as a man, you gonna sit here and try to listen,
Little boy me.
or you at least gonna listen.
You little boy.
Like a lot of times, they're not trying to listen. They hear you talking, but they're not listening. See, she's confused by your emotion, your aggression, but the words is more important. Same as a rap song. Don't worry about the beat. Listen to them words.
So
It's more of like what you say. It's more of what I'm saying versus how I'm saying it. For men,
For men.
switch it.
Switch it.
Women,
Exactly.
it's listen to how I'm saying.
How I'm saying
it might not come
and
off.
feel the
It might not come
emotion.
off as
Yeah,
I'm
I
being
got
for
you.
real,
Yeah.
but like listen to how passionate I am.
hear what I'm saying
My girl,
too.
I'm a business major. My girl, a psych major. So every little problem we go through, she's trying to diagnose the problem. It's trauma and this and that.
irritating.
It'd be irritating because I'm like, man, I'm just telling you that I'm frustrated because I've been at work all day
Keep doing this with
and you ain't washed the dishes. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm
basics.
Yeah, I'm
So what we gotta do,
You gotta go
so then
now.
what we gotta do
ABC.
is, we have to figure out, right, and I learned this through the therapies, how do you start to express the frustration? Because you have to be more in tune with how you coming off.
yeah, because they won't even hear you.
Because, I'm getting,
Shut
now
down.
I'm doing all of this.
They won't even hear you at all.
And all of this is giving a certain feeling. So you have, like, how do you be more in control of understanding, all right, I know I'm pissed off. Either I'm gonna take a breath or I'm gonna say, I'm gonna come back later.
And that actually, believe it or not, that actually
Because I need to, like, reset. Because if I start now and you say one thing, now we fight.
And I think it depends on the woman. Because if you do that, and they used to you coming other way, then they gonna feel like, oh, you don't even care no more. So it depends on, it's weird, man.
True. But they'll appreciate the comeback.
That's
you gotta
A
come back.
real woman.
You gotta come back. You
But-
can't just say that.
And then
You gotta come back. But when you leave though, they get mad.
that's what I'm saying, man.
all right. Everybody need to calm
And I
down.
think it's been on the woman.
That's what I'm saying though. This is the thing with that. Okay, in the argument,
Yeah,
you get to a level where you're like, man, I'm gonna leave before this really goes that way. You know what I'm saying? So you leave. When you come back, now you ain't coming back. Now you coming back like I'm cool, I'm ready.
Now
talk
they
with
ain't
somebody.
Now,
Because
you left.
You been talking for 2 weeks.
That's different.
So now we gotta go through all this to go all the way back to our number one problem, which is, hey, this is what we're dealing with. But we gotta go through all this emotional stuff because so that's why I be like my thing is, it's not that I know we can be like when you stood up. If you're a certain size dude, like Steve, when you're a certain size dude, if you coming off of anybody smaller than you, they like, hold up, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? But you're like, nah, I just step forward and talk with my chest. So if I'm talking with my chest and I'm bigger than you, I'm just talking with my chest because I've been taught to talk with my chest. But if you get in fear of that, now, am I really wrong, or is it that you talk?
I think
I've been trying to get in because he just hit the thing. I'm a big dude. Not only am I a big dude, I'm a big black dude, right? And I used to rock the bald head. And I've been here.
I used to rock the ball, nigga.
What I'm saying, everywhere I went, in every space I was in,
Stereotype.
not no one, every space I was
Stereotype.
in, I was going through that. And I had to learn. So what I started to do was start to try to be small. Now, can you imagine being this size, trying to be little? So what I had to learn how to do was, I smiled. I should tell you, I got a very silly nature. And the reason why it breaks the fear. See, like I said up there, once you can't get nothing through fear.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? So if once I break the fear, then we can move on with love. See, now you can see me as a human being, you can see my human nature. I'm Joe Johnson.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I came up in a way that I had to protect myself from my neighbors, from my foes, from West Nav.
You just gotta
there wasn't no games.
You gotta skip
West Nav.
sides, right? And so I'm from Head Elementary School. And,
Right.
you know, I'm back in the day when we walked to school.
Right,
We walked. So like, but a lot of stuff that we learned, I'm from 1970. Y'all know. A lot of stuff we learned, I had to unlearn as an adult. Even though that stuff served me well in the ghetto, but it ain't gonna serve me in this.
Right.
In this place.
Right.
So I had to be willing to learn, like you said, the lady before had to learn new behaviors, new communication techniques, new styles.
You gonna be stuck in
But I'm
there.
still me, y'all know I'm still me. But I still get your ass. But the thing is, I just need to know that.
And
I don't
you
have
just
to
have to-
project that forward.
You just have to be comfortable.
Yeah.
Like all you have to do is just be comfortable in your superiority. Like I don't have to.
Facts.
I don't have to be.
And that's
you know
what your woman,
That's what I was
your
talking
boss, or whatever.
but-
You know what I'm saying?
So in saying that, you right, cause like I'm gonna tell you, like being, and I know you deal with this, like being a tall black man in society.
Right.
You be in a store. I done been in Walmart. Little old white lady just walk right in front of me, don't say nothing, just nice and rude. Stand right in front of me like it's a statue behind me. It wasn't no man standing there. And I'm like, I know I exist. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm bigger than you. I know you seen me.
Or they follow you.
Or anything. but just like you saying, it's a stigma with black men. Like if you come in the room, you came in the room, and you just look around, you ain't say nothing. Half the cats gonna be like, what's wrong with that nigga right there? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like,
Like,
we don't do it.
right.
We in certain spots.
Right.
And he ain't say.
Yeah, what's wrong with that? He ain't said nothing. You know what I'm saying? But it's
We in
like,
the grocery store. We gas station.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, now that's different right there. Yeah.
Well, even
Yeah, he ain't supposed to be like,
Hey,
I'm be coming out of the house.
you know, even at your kids' daycare, you at a function. I be the big black guy just standing in the corner. I'm in the corner because I want to be able to see. Everybody shorter than me, so I can see you. So I'm just standing there. This the first thing you get. How you doing? Everything all right? Yeah, man.
But what he said, what they doing, what he said, they taking your mental health.
Yeah. Oh, no, they ain't taking your mental health.
Make sure you all right. You look at the man.
Look like lunch is being served.
All right.
Yeah, they look like they got a plate. One of them got my name.